I saw this question on Twitter, guys, and it does involve PlayStation stuff. So it's actually quite relevant for once. Normally we, talk about how you dispose of shit in the toilet or whatever. But this time is actually quite relevant to PlayStation because it involves our boy Kratos.
Ooh.
So the question is, and this was trending on Twitter, Hulk from Marvel, and you can take this from comics, MCU, however you want to do it, Hulk versus Kratos. Who wins in a fight? I want to know who you think wins, and more importantly, why. Now, Spence, I'm going to come across to you first. As the youngest on the podcast, we normally come to you. Give me your insightful thoughts.
Okay, well, immediately you start to think MCU Hulk. You think, wow, who's he beating?
No one. Fucking shit.
Yeah, he loses all the time. He lost to Thor. He lost to Thanos. He can't beat anyone with at the start of the name. It's proper struggles.
Yeah.
But he lost to Iron Man. Come on. Realistically, he loses to Black Widow. Come on.
Yeah.
Comics-wise, bit different. A lot stronger in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Many different variations of Hulk. I assume we're talking Green Hulk.
Yes, yeah. I'd say so. Strongest version.
Yeah. Ordinary Hulk. There's Kratos. The Godslayer. The, world lifter. Freaking, we've played the games. He's a menace in the original games. In the new games, he is lifting temples, flipping them. He's yanking chains the size of planets. Kratos is ridiculous. Pretty sure at one point he flips a universe, does he not?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does all sorts of. The feats for Kratos are nuts. And
insane.
The longer you think about it as well, like the sheer level of people he's taking down in 1-to-1 combat, it just becomes nuts.
Zeus, Ares, Poseidon.
Load of Titans.
Yeah, Kronos.
Slaps Titans like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, the entire Greek pantheon dead.
Yeah.
Demigods and all.
So, I'll tell you what. There's a lot in my mind. I'm just going to flat out say Kratos wins. And for some reason, Kratos, I don't know why, he never uses his full strength until he needs to. So I'm going to say it's a drawn-out fight. Maybe what's drawn-out fight? 4 minutes.
Okay.
4 minutes, and Kratos just absolutely gets a chain around the Hulk's neck from his blades and just melts through his neck and yanks. I think Kratos wins hands down. I'm not really sure what Hulk could do to rebuttal Kratos, because Kratos he's slain stronger foes than the Hulk.
Well, before we get deeper into what the Hulk could do, I want to hear Phil's thoughts on this first, because this may even spin off into the Hulk's kind of strengths and advantages. I don't know where you're coming down on this one, Mr. Hoy.
Okie doke. Well, I love that we're jumping on a trend. This is very unlike us, isn't it? I know last episode we were talking about possibly jumping on the football trend or the Fortnite trend. But you've gone a step further here, haven't you? You've looked what's trending on Twitter and you've picked it out, and now we're doing a video on it. Ooh, I can hear all those subscribers running through the door. Hit that button below to anyone new to the channel. Hello, my name is Phil. Right, to address your question, and you've already kind of, I suppose, caveated with the notion that we can't pick any Hulk. Because if I could pick any Hulk, I would go for the strongest version of Hulk, of course. I would go for the Breaker of Worlds. And this is not to be confused with World Breaker Hulk. This is the Breaker of Worlds Hulk. This is the Hulk God. This is Hulk's ultimate form. And in the comics, not that I've read them, I did have a little flick through when I was doing a little bit of research. This guy smashes entire universes in an instant. So if I can pick this guy, I'm backing this guy all the way. It'd be a pretty shit PlayStation game if Kratos could smash entire universes. How boring would that be? Press X, a little QuickTime event pops up, boom, game over. You've done it all. You've smashed the entire universe. So, yeah, if it's the Kratos I know from PlayStation 5, which is the one we're referencing, versus my cherry-picked version of the Hulk, I'm backing my boy in green.
Oh, okay. I don't know much about that version of Hulk, right? I know about World Breaker Hulk, so, the one who came back after the events on Planet Sakaar and came back and took out loads of Avengers.
Yeah.
And that was like the strongest Hulk I know of. And then I've heard of like Savage Hulk, which is pretty insane, and his feats are pretty nuts. I didn't realize there was Hulk God as well.
You've also missed out on Mortal Hulk. He's immortal.
Yeah,
more
Hulk
Hulk.
strong.
So many versions of Hulk, and we're talking about the MCU multiverse. This universe just keeps on going and going and going. Kratos is in like 2. He's in like Greek and Norse universes, right? Hulk is every which way. You can keep going out the wazoo with this boy.
I think that Kratos has got a couple of advantages, even in this case. If we're taking like God Hulk, right? Now, I don't know this guy at all, so I could be totally speaking out my arse. But Kratos gets a taste of godhood in the first one when he opens Pandora's box and he grows to like stupidly high and he fights Ares. With that power up and his skills that he has now, I don't know. I mean, the thing about Kratos, right, is that even when he loses, he just climbs out of hell and he's back for round 2, baby. And you know he's pulling some kind of thing out of his arse to be able to get the win. So, you know, some kind of power up somewhere along the
It'd
line.
have to be the only thing I can think of to win would be Medusa.
What,
Pull
turn
up.
him into stone?
Turn into stone, yeah.
He wouldn't have an answer for that one.
No.
Unless he's got hacks as God.
See, I like the angle you're going with Kratos on this one, because Kratos hasn't hit the ceiling, has he? He's almost like Goku. Every fight, he kind of gets a little bit stronger, and he sort of powers up. That's how we get an entertaining PlayStation game. Because, as I said, you wouldn't want to just load into the screen and be immortal and break the entire world with one click, would you? But the breaker of worlds Hulk, he is the motherfucking ceiling. There's no higher than this lad. So Kratos is creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. He's going to have to lose a lot of fights with Breaker of Worlds before he even can get close to the boy in green. Come on, boys. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say about that. That guy sounds pretty fucking nuts, to be fair. Smashing universes together, you're talking, you know, even my good old boy Soups couldn't really do an awful lot about that level. That's a level that's far beyond. You know, we're talking at that point like multi-galactic, well, universal level. If he's actually destroying universes, you need a 4D character in power scaling terms. Someone who can shape universes to be able to contend with that. And that would probably be... Yeah, that's beyond Kratos. That's for damn sure. Being a 4D character. So, in that aspect, I'd probably have to give it to Hulk on your line. I can see where you're coming. I'm sticking to my boy Kratos. I'm thinking about normal Hulk, right? Who goes up with like Wolverine and Thor and fights that level. You know, like a normal Hulk, right? Not like some crazy. Even if we went to like Worldbreaker Hulk when he comes back and he's his most angry, I think Kratos would still get a dub. I think easily actually still get the dub. Like, sure, he doesn't have, like... When you're playing it, you don't really take into account of what you're doing, right? Like, in terms of level. Like, sure, you might see a Titan, you think, oh, wow, you know, I'm wrecking their ass, or I'm going to go up and lift the world for a little bit off Atlas. But you don't really contend that, fuck, he just fucking lifted the world.
Yeah.
Or he's just done some insane feat. Like, he absolutely slaps the tits out of Poseidon, who controls all the fucking oceans, right? And he just rips him to pieces. Like, literally gets on top of him and just spanks a mud all straight into his face, right? And you don't really think too much about it at the time, but it's pretty fucking nuts.
That's a Greek god.
Yeah, he's just killing him. So I think that level against Hulk, Kratos slaps.
Greek god versus Worldbreaker Hulk, right? We're talking a combination of Savage Hulk, right? And the intelligence of the Warrior Green Scar put together here, boys, right? He's taking shots from the Human Torch. He's taking a supernova to the face, and he's going, have that, and he's going back at it. I even can't see Kratos taking on the World Hulk. I can see it being a closer fight, but my God, it would be an entertaining one to watch. Get me a front row ticket.
Yeah, this is the thing, and this is always one of those things with fights, is that there's no clear-cut winner. You could argue it all different ways, and there's people that are so into power scaling that they could pick up and say, yeah, this feat here showcases this level of strength, right? There's so many ways, and I think Kratos has got, you know, he's got ass-pull hacks. He's always going to find a weapon. He's always going to find something that's going to be the thing. Or he could just do the bitch-ass method and just wait till he turns to Bruce Banner and kill him. I can't see that being Kratos' style.
No.
But the thing with Kratos that I love is where he's fighting somebody and they're like trying to goad him into bringing out the old God of War in him. Like when he's fighting Thor at the start of Ragnarok, and Thor's like, "Where is he?" And he's like beating you up a little bit, and then you snap and you just fucking hit him, and he's like, his tooth like comes out, and he's like, "There he is." Like there, he gets that taste of it, right? Like that full rage Kratos.
Yeah.
I think even against Hulk, when he's full raging like he is in Worldbreaker, I don't know, Sentry takes out Worldbreaker Hulk, or they go to a stalemate, right? Kratos won't go to a stalemate. He'll just keep going. And he's got self-healing. Yeah, he's taking names.
What wasn't it Iron Man that actually took down World Hulk with his orbital strike?
No, Sentry. Sentry got him to a stalemate, yeah.
Immortal Hulk got taken down by the orbital strike.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
I've
so
read
Immortal
Immortal
Hulk got destroyed by that, but he's mortal, so, he's not destroyed for long.
Well, there you go. There is lots that we could unpack with this, and listeners, I'm sure that you're screaming out, what about this? What about this version? What about this one? What about if Kratos had Calliope and she was in danger? What about... There's many what-abouts. Let us know. Write into the show via our email, pswetrust@gmail.com, or hit us up on the socials. Who do you think would win? Hulk versus Kratos. The fight of the century. And as Phil said, we got front row tickets, baby. Bring it to PS5. That's what we need. Kratos versus the MCU. Like the Justice League game now, except it's got Kratos in, so it's generally better.
PlayStation All-Stars 2 with just super overpowered characters. You've got Goku in there. You've just got all these like sentient beings that are like too powerful, and they all just fight each other. And it's just a big stalemate. But it would be fun stalemate to watch, wouldn't it? And be involved with if we're playing PlayStation. Come on.
You got to think, it could legitimately happen at this point, because Insomniac with Spider-Man 2, if we did PlayStation All-Stars, we'd have Spider-Man in there.
Yeah.
We'd have to. I don't know how they'd wing it, because I'm sure Insomniac are the only ones with the license.
Tell you what you wouldn't want to be, if you're in a game where you got Hulk and Kratos dishing it out, and say, I don't know, fuck it, Chuck Soup's in there for a laugh and Goku.
Fuck.
You wouldn't want to be Nathan Drake then, would you?
No.
That's...
Or Parappa the Rapper.
Fat princess, yeah.
Yeah, that balance
Come
would
on.
be a bit off. But we can only hope. We can only hope and pray.